Are we starting now?
It's
I don't
been
know.
going.
Oh, Jesus.
I
didn't know you
gave you
started it.
the warning. I specifically said.
When?
Let me look it up. Let me see. About fucking.
I'm not dumb, am I? I'm not
Where is
dumb.
it?
I
About
wasn't
5
sure.
minutes ago. 4
Oh my
minutes,
God.
55 seconds, 56,
Zach.
57, 58,
Zach.
59. Now 5
Stop
minutes.
it. Zach, stop it.
It's now been 5 minutes.
Oh my
How
God.
am I to draw myself as a trout?
I've been recording a picture of a great white shark this entire time.
Love that.
That's beautiful. All right. Hi, welcome to Super Central. Today we're gonna be drawing again. It's my episode, my week. We have Zach in the corner
Hello.
of the boxing ring. We also got Sean here.
Yeah, hi. I'm in the other corner. I'm in the other corner over here.
Love
And
to
it's
get in a
me.
boxing ring.
It's me, McKenna, also known as Mackie Tacky. Welcome.
Welcome.
How are you guys
Hello.
today?
This start.
It's great to be here. It's great to be here. I love it.
Why is there a shark on my screen?
Oh, right. We're gonna draw ourselves as fish today.
Fish.
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 Yeah, to decide what fish we were, we took fucking BuzzFeed quizzes.
You did it too! You did the fucking BuzzQueen!
BuzzFeed. I can't.
BuzzFeed quizzes.
I'm trying not to laugh because I'm.
The audience gets zero context on that.
Zach said it before I did, alright?
I went along the lines of like BuzzQueef is where it went, but
That's even worse. That's even worse. But we took quizzes to find out which fish we were. Hey, Zach, can you reveal what yours was?
indubitably. After scrolling through this and somehow choosing these answers, I came across the great white shark. Apparently, it's a tasty one. I'm telling you, I have no idea how I came across this.
Well, you can. There is some parts of the world that you can actually eat shark.
We did.
Yeah,
you did?
we ate
Pismo.
before moving.
They were just like, oh yeah, it's just kind of on the menu, and it was definitely different. It was like,
right.
It was like, did we talk about this before? I could have sworn we did, but
I don't.
It was like
I've never heard of it.
cod with. I could have sworn it was during the traveling episode we brought up eating shark, but it was like cod, but with like an aftertaste and a different texture.
I've never had shark before.
It's like, imagine if cod was like a little gamey.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we had a choice between shark and swordfish.
Oh.
We landed on shark because I'm like, that'd be pretty neat.
Don't know how trustworthy the source is of this restaurant, but that's what they told us.
It's also Pismo. You gotta be careful with Pismo.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sean, what did you get? I'm curious.
I got a trout. Don't know how. I ended up getting a trout.
Hey, at least it's the better option of what you got the first time. Like mine.
Yeah, it was something. Was it a hairy frogfish?
Pull up the hairy frogfish.
That's both what we got. Yeah, it's a very ugly little creature.
Editor Zach, slap a picture of the hairy frogfish right on top.
Zach is doing it.
Just
helping myself out in the future.
Do a sound bit. Go. That's what I also got the first time I took it, but then I retook it again, and I got clownfish, which I don't know if I take it as a compliment or an insult.
I can only imagine there's like 5 answers.
That's true. It's also a BuzzFeed quiz.
It is BuzzFeed.
It is BuzzQueed.
And we are going to be drawing these fishes as ourselves as we talk about fishing, I guess, if we ever gone fishing before. It doesn't have to be
Fishing.
necessarily fishing. It could be fishing in games or
Drawing with banter.
anything. Yeah, drawing with banter. And at the end of the podcast, we'll reveal our drawings together. They're all going to be surprises to all of us.
Okay, I bet.
Yeah, there's no peeking. No
I
peeking for
mean,
anyone.
for me,
Don't look
the
over.
viewers are going to be peeking constantly, but
Well, for yours, yeah.
unless I want to pull up like a fucking fish tank footage, like it's just fish swimming around until. But
Just pull up a campfire or something. I don't know.
Yeah, pull up a campfire. I
Just
wish
like
this was like
those-
video.
Those YouTube videos of the campfire
well,
just going.
these
that
are
they
getting
throw in,
posted
like,
to YouTube now,
classrooms.
so
Gotcha.
Yeah.
that and there's always the Spotify video players. So you did it before, you'll do it again, right? You will watch the fucking video.
Before we start, can you guys name off what art programs you're rocking with today?
Absolutely. Was previously going to be GIMP. Then I realized I don't know how to use it, so I went to MS Paint.
I'm also in Paint, so
Yeah. I'll be rocking with Clip Studio Paint. An actual art program. Well, I wouldn't say an actual art program because you could use anything as art, but I think out of the two of them, I think this is the better program to use.
I'm still fucking going raw with a mouse. Like you both still have the fucking advantage here.
oh, but I still suck at art, so you're doing all right.
Hey, but we're learning. You guys are learning.
Yes, we're all learning.
In quotes.
All right,
For sure, we're all learning.
boys, are you ready to draw?
Men.
Men.
Children.
Men.
My fellow brethren, start drawing.
Alright, so how do we want to start this off exactly?
Well, have you ever gone like on a boat and like actually fished out in the ocean before?
No, never. I was gonna say, like, I think I have the least experience out of all of us here, but it was, what was it? I was like 8 years old.
Mhm.
We were at like a creek, like not even a river. Like it was so fucking shallow. And all I remember is I think I touched the fishing pole once and like flung it out. Wait, did the fishing hook get stuck in me? I forget. No.
That's one hell of an experience.
It almost did. Was what happened. Basically,
Right.
like when my grandmother was trying to, we call her Nana, but
Mhm.
she was trying to show me how, and basically when she like flung it around, there was a bunch of like foliage around, and she basically got like the hook and line stuck in a tree.
Oh.
And we basically spent like most of our time trying to get that out of there, and then I attempted almost hurting myself, and then I completely forget the rest. I imagine the rest of it was just staring at empty water because it was a fucking creek. Like, what fish is gonna be in there? Really?
I mean, different types of fish. If you really,
I think there was like,
research it.
I don't think we caught anything. It was just like,
Damn.
I don't remember why I was out there. Like, I don't remember anybody else being with us. And it is so rare that it's just the two of us alone. So I forget what even the circumstances were. But yeah, that's all of my experience when it comes to fishing.
All that you got.
All I got.
Would you like to go fishing like at one point?
Probably not. Nature hates me.
I mean, you are a white man.
Yeah. As pale as they come, but for good reason. Like I'm like allergic to everything, and apparently now I'm like allergic to dust, so it doesn't help my case. Things are just getting worse.
I've only been
remember-
allergic to dust, so we're good here.
I don't think I'm allergic to anything, but I remember that one day at
Bastard.
school you got stung by a bee. Do you remember you got stung by a bee and you were out for like weeks?
Oh yeah, are we gonna talk about how fucking, oh my god, yeah, I was quite literally disabled for a bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't the bee sting that actually did that. It was I had like bad acne when I was like early teenager, like
Yeah.
preteen area, like hormones just skyrocketed. But what happened was we went to the was a dermatologist, and they recommended this like cream. And what happened was after I used it as it said, um my what was it? I'm trying to remember. Was it like my entire like half of my, I think it was my entire face, but the left side of my face was over twice its size. Like I quite
Oh.
literally couldn't see out of my left eye. I don't know if I have any pictures of this. I don't think I did. I was very like, I looked like fucking Frankenstein. Like it was horrible.
Oh.
Like the entire left side of my face and like top of my neck was extremely swollen, almost swollen shut.
Ay.
And the reason why, like, and also for some reason, I had this horrible crick in my neck to where I couldn't turn my head left, and
Oh.
it was like that for half the time. So it was a horrible throbbing pain. And what happened was, for some fucking reason, even though they had my medical history with them when they recommended me this medication, there was bee venom
Oh,
as
that's what.
part of the ingredient list. Like I don't know what it was like. It didn't literally say that, but it was that compound. Like it was in I have no idea why, but
Why? Yeah.
that's what was explained to me when they got info back. And they just basically told me never use it again. Good luck. And
Oh my God.
yeah,
Jesus.
so I forgot I was out of school. I thought that happened during summer. No, that straight up happened during school and I got fucked. Yeah.
No, yeah, because
I
you
also
were
got
gone for
bullied by my
weeks.
father the entire time. Like called like, well, I forget what the nickname was, but it was something along the lines of Mr. Puffy, but it
Oh,
was like, don't poke fun at somebody that's already so down on their luck.
yeah.
Like that could have been, thinking about it, that was
That could have been
probably,
fatal.
yeah, that was life threatening actually.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Cuz
because I remember.
it affected my neck. If it was anywhere around like my trachea or like my esophagus, I probably would have choked to death.
Yeah, because you were gone for like weeks, and I was like
Mhm.
asking around, like, "Hey, have you guys seen Zach lately?" They're like, "We don't know. All we heard is that he got stung by a bee." I'm like, "Well, this is kind of weird for somebody who got stung by a bee,
Right.
but it's gone for weeks at a time."
Yeah, I don't remember a lot from that like time, which probably does not
Oh,
help the case of it being like
yeah.
like a normal situation. But yeah, I don't remember what exactly I did like communication wise or anything. I just remember trying to stay alive.
Yeah. Which valid
Do
point.
you have
Jesus.
any details on your guys' end of that? Because I'm dark on it, honestly.
I'm not too sure.
I just
Like I
remember
said,
suffering.
I was just asking around, like, hey, does anybody like have seen Zach at all? Like, he's been gone for like a couple weeks, and everybody's like, well, he got stung by a bee. I'm like, all right, okay.
I'll
And
take you at your word.
yeah, because at the time I didn't really have a way to exactly communicate to Zach.
I
This is like
remember when I was
your
very
like,
young, I was very like anti social media.
yeah. Yeah, that's why, because we all had an Instagram at that
Yeah, it
time,
was.
and
I remember it was a surprise when I downloaded Instagram and all that for the first time. That
well,
it is very strange that that's the answer you got.
yeah.
They just said, "Yeah, he just kind of got stung, and we don't know."
I was like, all right, I guess I'll take your word for it because I can't necessarily ask him firsthand.
Yeah, that that kind of, yeah, I completely forgot about that. Like not completely, but
Uh,
like how bad the situation actually was, because it was very bad.
yeah. Note to self: don't fish around bees, or don't.
Well, the thing is, a lot of
Oh,
insects like that are just naturally attracted to like heavy amounts of water, especially wasps. Wasps
right.
love any area that's wet, and a wasp is probably worse for me because they don't. just sting the one time.
Right.
Yeah, they don't stop.
They also go out of their way to attack people as well. So you could just be minding your own business, not like agitating it, and they will go out of their way to fuck you up. So yeah, it's just not overall a good idea for me necessarily.
Yeah. I think the last time I ever fished was like maybe 3.5 years ago. It was after work one day, and I don't know, like, because it was like a sudden thing. My dad was picking me up from work, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go meet your grandfather at the canals. You know where the Bakersfield canals are?
Hmm.
We were gonna go to the canal, and we're gonna go fishing with your grandpa." I'm like, "Wow, you could have told me that before I went to work today." But I was like, you know what? Why not? So, uh, we get there, we sit there by the canals. It's getting dark, and I was like, I'm not gonna catch a fish out here. There's no way I'm gonna catch a fish.
Mm.
And the way my grandfather has the fishing pole set up is that he has a little bell attached to it. So when it's
Ah.
being tugged, you can hear the bell ring because it's tugging on the fishing pole.
Mhm. That's
And
like some
so
Looney Tunes shit.
oh my god, you would love my grandfather. He is like built like a Looney Tune. Like
I fucking bet I would.
But I'm sitting there in my chair, just scrolling through my phone, and I hear the bell ring. I was like, "Oh fuck! Oh shit!" I nearly
Shit,
like,
fuck.
"Shit, fuck!" I almost trip over the rocks, and I grab my fishing pole, and I catch a little catfish.
Nice.
Nice.
It's not my first time fishing. I think this is probably the third, four-ish time I've ever fished before, and I wasn't really expecting it, like catching anything big, because I think there's a law. What is it? A law here in the county that I think it's a certain size of fish you have to let go, and then I think if it's above, you can take it. I don't remember,
I think it
but
depends on the fishing license, like what you're
yeah,
permitted for.
which I didn't have a permit. My grandfather did,
Hmm.
so I think he did take a couple fish, but I don't remember what kind of fish it was. I know the one that I caught was a catfish or something on the line of that,
Right.
but yeah, I almost tripped on my ass fishing this fish out. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you have to let that one go." I'm like, "All right, cool." And I just throw it back. I
Fair enough.
fucking
Just
I fucking
yeet.
threw that. Yeah, I threw that fish like a football. And
Have you seen the clip of Michael Reeves throwing the frozen fish into like
yeah,
the dock? That's what I'm thinking.
yeah, that's exactly how it went.
Perfect.
Um, but yeah, we
Be
stayed
free.
there out until until like I think 11 o'clock.
Damn.
And I got off at work around maybe 6:37. So we were there for like a good 3.5, 4-ish hours.
Yeah, fishing. That's another thing about it that I probably wouldn't do it. Is it takes so long.
Yeah.
It's like hunting,
Hmm.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
and hunting
Just
out here is
different.
fucking huge. Like it's a whole fucking event. Like everybody talks about hunting season when it gets around to it.
Really?
Yeah, because like there's so much like specifically deer to the point
That
where it's
makes
like
sense.
we're in like the major city in the area, and there's still like deer roadkill out next to highways. Like
Oh,
there's the population density is that dense of them. Like they're coming out into the middle of the city with no
right.
forest around. They're just like, hey.
Hello.
And you could still have your car wrecked by some shit like that. So just to give you an idea
Boy.
of how many are out here.
Quite a bit, yeah. I'm very focused on drawing this fish. That's why I'm so quiet.
No, you're good. Sean, have
uh,
you ever gone fishing before?
I've gone fishing twice. Once with my dad, and once with a friend that was more recent.
Oh, cool.
Uh, Both of them under about 2 hours, and both of them not very legal.
Oh.
So,
Maybe you
uh,
shouldn't share.
maybe, but it's been long enough to where they probably can't catch me for it.
Statute of
Right.
limitations.
Yeah.
It's been long enough, and no one caught me during it. Well, actually, one of them was less than a year ago. It was the one with a friend. We were just fucking around, really. It was pretty nice.
Bigger now. What the fuck?
It was out by a lake near where we used to live out here. It was, the drive there was insane. He was drifting his fucking car on gravel roads. It scared me a little bit because there was one time where he kept overcorrecting, and it's a gravel road with a ditch on either side.
Oh.
And I freaked out every time we didn't line up straight to go forward.
Right.
We kept going left, right, left, right, left, right until we finally got corrected in the fucking gravel road. We got lucky no one else was there. And then we didn't crash.
Sounds like you had a very similar experience to that like ride along I had with Roberto when he assaulted me with a corn stalk.
What?
Do you not remember this? I remember telling the story. Maybe it's the way I fucking phrased it. Do you want the full story or?
You were assaulted?
Well, like harassed, but basically I was like, this is back in California. All right, I'm in my backyard. Roberto, I'm in the middle smoking a blunt. I'm like I think it's like year 2 of me smoking, so I was like still new to it, and Roberto just like in the middle of me doing this texts me, "Yo, you want to hang?" So I was like, "Fuck it, sure, bet." So he drives over to my place. He comes in the backyard. Our dog almost bites him, which he never does. He's like not a biter, so I'm already freaking the fuck out. Because I'm like, I introduce him like, oh yeah, he's like a sweet old man, like, because he's like a medium-sized dog. He's never bit anybody. So he like tries to bite him. I'm like, holy shit, what? Anyway, he sees me finish it off and like put it out. So I'm like very toasted at this point, to the point where when I get into the passenger side of his car, I'm just couch locked, but it's the passenger side of his car. And it's in this old rickety ass like fucking what's it like, I don't know, like just an old ass sedan. So we get onto this like back road and he revs up to 100, drifts into like one of those dirt roads like in between crop fields, and then does like a 180 like skirt around.
Oh god.
Hard brakes, puts it into park, runs out, grabs like he opens his moon roof, like, because he has that, and then takes a stalk of corn from the cornfield and starts poking at me with it through the top.
What?
It just starts, because he knows I'm absolutely blazed out of my mind. He can do anything to me.
Oh my god. I thought he like hurt you for some reason.
No, he's just annoying the fuck out of it, like harassing me with it.
Jesus Christ.
Do you think I wanted to be swatted at with a stalk of corn? No, but I couldn't really do much about it.
How would you find yourself in that situation in the first place?
I just explained how.
I still can't really make sense of it, to be honest.
He's also a guy that randomly took us up to climb a mountain, so like...
Oh yeah, I think I was part of that.
You were, and we were both fucking dying at the end of it.
Oh
like,
God.
We just went up like a fucking cliff face. Like, it was super fucking steep. Another time, I was adventure. Like, I had like this horrible cold, and he was like, "We're gonna go mountain biking." And then it's like, imagine being at the top of a mountain, but you just go down it now. I almost immediately crashed into the side. Like, you had to go like, yeah, it was like, oh yeah, this is a beginner trail. It wasn't. It was like quite literally a like 80-foot drop, I want to say, like 60 to 80. And like, it's like a wall for the first half of it, and then it starts sloping down. So you immediately hit top speed. And the way you're supposed to do it, it's like this back and forth like swirl motion. So you're supposed to ride the walls, and you have to, otherwise you're going to hit the middle, which is a ditch of nothing but rocks and boulders.
Oh.
That's what I immediately do after, like, I got, like, halfway down it after bruising the fuck out of my tailbone because I slammed the ground when I actually got down to the bottom of the hill. And I'm like, I'm doing all this while sick, mind you.
Oh, Jesus.
Like I said, I started this with, like, a horrible cold. And I was just like, all right, well, this is my life. And then I basically crash, get back up. He doesn't see, but I'm visibly pissed.
How
And then
have you not died? Like, genuinely.
you tell me. And there was another time where I was just. You remember how I would go on these, like, actually I don't know if I ever told you, I would go on these super long walks around town to get my exercise in. And one time I was going across a crosswalk and I had to jump out of the way, like dive out of the way of this speeding truck.
Zach.
And then there was like 3 cop cars chasing after him.
Zach.
That's also how I broke my first phone.
Oh my god.
What's another time I almost died?
I feel like I'm sounding like a disappointed mother. Like,
why are you just this is the universe trying to off me? Like,
hey, I've almost died a lot of times too.
I had a 104.
I concur. I almost also died.
Were you ever
Our
told
family.
Were you ever told the story of how I was born?
Oh yeah, where you were basically hung at birth.
Yeah.
Oh,
do you know
I
what?
think I
Do you know what a
Wrapped around the
hog?
neck.
Do you know what a hog tie is?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Zach, I think you
nearly
have told me this.
choked.
Taking the umbilical cord. And I'm quite literally fucking.
Zach, I know what it is.
No,
You
no, no,
have
no, no,
to
no, no.
explain it
I'm
to
going to
me.
explain it because we're on a fucking podcast. So,
We gotta talk things
take the
out.
umbilical cord, wrap it around my
You're talking
ankles
how you almost
and
died.
wrists. Yeah, at birth, almost died. Almost killed my mother alongside it because I almost ripped the placenta out. But
Jesus.
it's wrapped around my ankles and my wrists, like together, twice, and around my neck 3 times. And as I was like just born, my face was dark blue, like I was suffocating.
Surprise! Welcome to the world.
Yes. And because of that, I had like embryonic fluid, I think is what it was called, like in my like stomach and lungs. So I have asthma for life, and since birth, severe stomach problems. Like for the first 2 years, I would eat nothing but Cheerios because it was the only thing I could really keep down or like stand. At after being a year old, I think. Oh, no, was I a year old? I was almost 1, I think, and I started running a 104 fever, and it just kept on going up and up and up. I was quite literally cooking my brain. If it went on longer, I would either have died or gotten brain damage, and they had to shove me into an ice bath in order to cool me down because my body wasn't regulating properly. At 1.5, got into a car accident. What else? I'm really thinking.
I'm glad I know you, Zach.
I think it was there's the fair and those rickety ass rides, right? I think I was
Yeah, that's why I hate the fair.
fucking. I think it was like, was I mid-teens? I was like on the skinnier side, so probably like mid-teens. I was at the fair. I think it was called the Fireball. It's just this.
I remember.
Yeah, it's that coaster that just goes in a circle and it keeps you upside
Yeah.
down. Yeah, I almost fell out.
Oh,
It wasn't tight enough. I was too small. I almost fell
God.
out at the top. I quite literally had to hang on. Otherwise, I would have fallen out. And they were doing that whole thing where they hold you there. So it's just like, oh, it's so funny. It's so fun, right? It's like, no, I'm holding on for dear life.
Please help me.
There was that. I remember I remember I don't know if I was just scared, but it was my first ever roller coaster was the Goliath. I think I was 11.
Oh.
I remember not fitting super great on that too. So I just with all my might was holding on to the rails on the sides. I remember wiggling around like a whole lot, and whenever there was an up, I would go up like out of the seat. So
Yeah.
I had my eyes closed the entire time, just silent, holding on for dear life. I don't know if that was life threatening, but it felt like it.
I like how we went from fishing to death threats. Not like death threats, but like dying.
Well, it
near
was.
death
I forget
experiences.
what the transition was, but it was something like I was gone for a couple weeks because of the medication, and then we're on
Right.
to uh, the universe trying to off me.
Oh no, it was you getting assaulted. It was
Oh yeah, I got assaulted with some corn. Um,
yeah.
I'm trying to think. Was
Wild
there
fucking
any
sentence.
other things that come to mind off the top of my head? Not necessarily. I don't know if I think I would have been fine. I think I was like 10, and there was this like water like inflatable course thing. Like it had a water
Mm.
slide and like a water gun attached to it, but it had a hole in it, and everybody was dealing with my younger sister who had like got stung in the foot by a bee. Like they stepped on a bee, and I'm over here because I went onto the top of it and then I just sank straight down. So I'm
Oh.
surrounded by this like inflatable course, like falling on top of me, like deflating as it fills with water, and I can't get out. I think it takes them like a solid like couple minutes before they notice. I remember screaming at them to help, but it took
Oh.
them a while.
Jesus
But I don't
Christ.
I didn't feel life threatened, but I don't know. I felt like I would have been fine if it just deflated more so I could actually get out. I think it was just panic.
Mm.
I would panic too.
But the combination of it filling up with water did not help.
Yeah.
That's the part that was getting me.
I remember nearly drowning in a pool. Because we were doing the whole whirlpool thing where we all go in a circle,
Oh yeah.
make a vortex, and I decided to go underwater,
I think we've
and
all
then
almost drowned.
I got stuck under my eldest sister. Thought I was splashing around. They were all like inflatable like tubes,
Mm-hmm.
so I was just like stuck under one of those.
Super
I
overcrowded.
Yeah, I could have sworn I was splashing around, but no one saw a thing. I black out. I get out somehow. I don't die. Like my vision completely went black, and then I was able to breathe again. No one pulled me out, which is the weirdest thing, because no one
Right.
noticed. No one noticed until I
Fine, if
told
you
them
blacked
I
out, you
nearly.
have no idea what happened. You were just able to breathe again.
I just knew I was able to stand up, for sure.
Okay, so
I'm
I
not sure
imagine you
if I.
moved or something, and then you were able to get
I
up.
think. I think I sunk down and I was able to scoot back a little bit, is what it was.
Mm.
And then I was able to. I don't know how I got out of the water, but I did, and I was good. But I nearly died.
Why are you guys dying? Like, I don't think I ever had a near death experience before.
That's surprising.
That
In
is
what? What do
surprising.
you mean?
Dude, we live in America. What do you mean? Our lives are constantly at danger.
That's
How
true,
many
but like
school
That's
shooting
true.
situations have you had? I've had 3.
I don't remember. I don't think there was like any. I mean, I remember lockdowns, but nothing actually really happening. But like, I think the closest I really, I wouldn't even say death, like to be honest. But I got like severely injured when I was younger, and I broke both my arms at
I
the
was gonna
same
say this is
time.
the soccer one.
This is the soccer one. I love telling the story. I
It's so
love
good.
telling the story. So when I was a kid, I was in a little soccer league with like a bunch of other kids. My mom was the coach, and so was my grandfather, I think. Um, so it was a timeout, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run back to my coach, which my parents were gone, so my grandmother was taking over, and I feel a little tug on my ankle, and I didn't realize until after I fell that my foot got caught in between the netting of the goalpost, and I
Mm.
tried to brace myself as I fell, but I did it in the worst way possible. I was supposed to bend my elbows, which I was gonna get hit in the face if I like practically flop into the ground.
Right.
But what I did, I outstretched my arm straight and I landed
Mm-hmm.
on the ball of my wrist. like both of my wrists.
Yeah, that's
And
not good. That's not good.
Yeah, I fractured both of my wrists in half of my bones. I was screaming in pain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't use either of my hands.
Makes
My
sense.
my grandmother had to call my mom. They were on the freeway to celebrate my parents' anniversary, so they had to turn around on the
To
freeway
come get you.
to come back and get my ass. But here's also the kicker. I didn't realize that I broke both of my arms.
The kicker.
You shut the fuck up.
It's
Shut the fuck up.
It's a good pun.
Let me express my pain. I didn't realize that I broke both of my arms because I've previously broken my arm before. I think it was my left arm that I broke before this. I was like 3. I'm now 7. So when
Congratulations.
they
Happy birthday.
Yay. You get 2 severely broken arms. Here you go. So when they were testing out which arm that they thought was broken, I couldn't move either one. And my mom turns around to my grandmother. She's like, she fucking broke both of them, didn't she? So, you haven't seen me, Zach, with the cast, but Noemi has. And I was literally just like a robot for like weeks.
Oh, I'd imagine. Like very similar to like the full body cast situation. You just can't move.
Because my cast was up to my knuckles on each hand, up to my shoulder for like a good week until they cut it at the elbow. But
Damn.
I got a cool glow in the dark cast. And that shit
You were the
rocked.
coolest at school.
I was, because I couldn't eat by myself. So
You had to be spoon fed.
My mom bought like special lunches for me every single day because she had to come to school and help me because I couldn't write.
That's
I couldn't eat. So
oh my god.
That's really the only like close. I wouldn't even say close to death experience. Really, I like how we're supposed to be
Just
talking about
injuries.
fish, but like, yeah,
fuck the fish at this point. Like,
whoa, don't fuck the fish. Don't.
The deep.
Didn't fucking like
yeah.
Tom Cruise or something get found out for fucking a fish or something? I don't know. I heard that
Actually,
somewhere.
What?
I heard that somewhere. It might have been a joke.
God, I hope so.
But I gotta look this up.
I know he's like in a fucking cult with the whole Scientology thing.
Right, yeah. But yeah, that's not really, I don't think I really ever had like a near death experience, really.
I've never broken a bone.
Yeah, what would fucking do? Like
I've broken
you're over here like almost actually dying.
Do you want to know the only thing I actually have broken? It was my nose. It was completely sideways. My mom, I didn't even know it was broken. I just landed flat on my fucking face. So she said, "Come here." She grabs it and pops it back into place, and I'm fine.
I have never broken a single bone or a nose or anything.
No broken cartilage.
I have not broken a single thing. Ever.
Good to report, I have not broken bones since then. So I have sprained my wrists, my ankles, and individual fingers before, but I haven't broken anything. Not
there
yet.
There were many chances I could have broken a bone.
You're the only one that's been like severely burned, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. We were at whose exactly?
It was our great uncle's place.
Yes, it was a great uncle. They have a fire pit in the ground.
Notably, burn barrel.
Yeah, burn barrel, pretty much. They call it a fire pit, so that's what I'm gonna say.
Well, it's context for the story.
Yeah. No, I get you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I saw no other way to get from point A to point B, which is I'm standing on one side of the fire pit. I want to get to the other side, I think, to get like a drink from their cooler. I saw no other way but cutting in between the guy closest to the fire pit and the fire pit itself.
Oh.
and I pressed my right leg right up against it immediately.
Oh.
And it was so painful until I just couldn't feel it anymore. Which is not good.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah,
That's not a good thing. Like the day after or a couple days after, whatever, my mom was washing the leg off and chunks were flying off. Also not good. But
Oh.
You know, it was an
no,
instant third-degree burn.
no long-term damage. My leg is fine.
You still have the scar.
I'm pretty sure I do still have the scar. It looks weird.
It covers like his entire backside of his calf.
Jesus.
It's more like right on the rightish side. It's crazy.
That's
It
also
was
kind of gnarly, to be honest.
quite a large oval shape. It's kind of grown to where it's real small.
Right.
Kind of hidden now though. It's going
So-
away finally.
Fishing, am I right, guys?
Fish.
Fish. Wait, actually, because I don't know if you guys have played it yet. Have either of you played web fishing before?
No, I've
I've
seen
seen
clips
it.
though.
I've never played it yet.
Hey, that could be something we could play for
It'd be
this.
good. I think it would be funny.
Because I've seen giant fish come out of that,
Yeah.
like a huge manta ray.
Uh-oh.
It reminds me a lot of Animal Crossing, which I
Yeah.
think everybody in 2020 was like excessively obsessed with that
Oh
game.
yeah,
And like
especially
fishing.
since everybody was stuck indoors, so it's like you get to simulate life on Animal Crossing.
You get to simulate the outdoors.
It was the
Yeah.
perfect time to get released.
Exactly.
I think because I reset my island and I had a new island, but the island I had before, I think I collected all the fish on it. It was either all the fish or the bugs, because I know I completed at least either one of them.
How do you put glasses on a shark?
I put glasses on.
My fish looks like it's seen something.
I don't think I can.
That it
with
regrets
the way I've
seeing.
done this.
Just to give a little teaser to mine, it looks like it saw something it shouldn't have.
My
looks
fish is
just-
looking pretty.
Terrified. Of course it is. You're the only one with experience here.
You're right.
I'm just sorry.
Mine's actually not looking too bad.
Hey, that's good.
I am like going back and forth between a reference drawing of a trout. It doesn't look very me-like, but it does look very trout-like. So
me and Sean
fan
have
of
both
things.
been absolutely obsessed with Pokemon TCG Pocket.
I've seen that, yeah.
It's very good. There's some kinks they're probably gonna have to work out with. Like going first is it's horrible. It's basically a death sentence. But Sean started playing after me, and the poll difference has been astronomical. Like,
You want me to pull it up? Tell you how many full arts I have and EX Pokemon and shit?
like high rarity stuff. He probably. I think he's pulled less than me, and he has I think nearly at least 3 times the amount of stuff that I do.
That's fucking hilarious.
Because Zach's been trying to get a Mewtwo EX for a while. I have 3 of them.
That just explains Zach's luck in general.
Yeah.
It explains mine at the same time. I'm
so
decently lucky.
Pull up, sort by rarity and tell me how many full arts you have. Ones I've pulled, I have 6. Well,
Okay.
one of them doesn't even count because you get it in the tutorial. So I have
Do I
5.
not count the Bulbasaur?
Yeah, do not count the tutorial one. I have 5.
12.
Yeah. I think it's even worse when it comes to like the EX version, which is like
Yeah.
the higher rarity of Pokemon.
Wait, actually,
Speaking,
I have a duplicate of the Electrode, so it's
13.
13.
Yeah.
speaking of Pokemon, out of all the fish Pokemon, what's your favorite?
Oh, fish Pokemon?
Yeah.
Does
Actually, I
Oh,
do have.
Gyarados
fuck, what was his name?
does Gyarados count as a fish?
Does it? I mean, yeah, I think
He's
so.
a
It's
giant
like a
fish.
sea serpent.
Well, it's still aquatic. I think
Yes.
mine
Like
is
Magikarp's
melodic.
a fish.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Mine's definitely melodic.
I need to
I
pull up
gotta
the actual
remember this
list of
Pokemon's
Pokemon.
name.
Yeah.
Relicanth.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, the Coelacanth Pokemon.
I also really like the. I don't know if you guys play the newest games, but Chi-Yu. I don't know if you've seen that fish Pokemon. It's really pretty.
I have. Is that like one of the like the special?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
the four
It's
of the.
the fucking bug eyes I see.
He's
He
cute. Wait,
is.
it's
It's an
it's a
accurate
female,
description
actually.
still.
I think is it a female actually? Because I know sometimes mythics are
Ah, that is good.
non-gender.
Gender unknown.
Oh, I thought it was a female for some reason.
I'm on Bulba Garden right now.
But it's
Bulbapedia. Yeah.
cute. I can like also melodic is probably one of my all-time favorite to be honest though.
Melodic's fantastic, especially its association with Cynthia.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
remember getting my fucking ass kicked by that goddamn Melodic. It wasn't even the Garchomp, it was the fucking Melodic that was kicking my ass.
Yeah.
Because it had Ice Beam and I was using mostly like Rock and
Oh,
Dragon
that is-
Pokemon. So it was just Ice just destroyed me and I had nothing against it because it was so fucking tanky.
I love Kyogre. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm. That's also another one. I mean, I guess this Pokemon that I'm thinking of is a dolphin, not technically a fish, but it was like Palafin.
Dolphin, yeah. Fucking
I
superhero dolphin.
I like the other version, not the superior version.
How many monkey Pokemon are there? What's your favorite monkey Pokemon?
Oh, not Apom, but the evolution of Apom.
Ambipom?
Yeah,
Ambipom? Yeah.
yeah. Or oh, what was that? I think it was a Sword and Shield Pokemon. No, it was Scarlet and Violet. It's that one
Is it the evolution of
poison.
Primeape?
No, 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 no. It's like a. Is it a poison type? It's like graffiti based.
Graffiti
It's that one
base.
little creature. Starts with a G. Grafii? Is that how you say it?
I don't know. When it comes to like the most recent, I guess I think it's just the most recent generation. I don't really know because I played
Oh, I
through
found it.
Sword and Shield. I have Violet. I haven't played through it.
I found it. Grafii. This little guy.
Ah, this guy.
Oh yeah.
I really like the new evolution they gave to Primeape. He gets so fucking mad that he has a heart attack
Oh.
and dies, and then evolves
Yeah.
and comes back.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Fucking like Terminator some shit like that.
Okay, that is new to me. What?
Really?
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
very.
I think it's this guy. I forgot the name of it, but it was in Sword. No, not Sword and Shield. Scarlet and Violet, right?
I believe so. I forget what its name is called though. Yeah, there he is.
That guy. Yeah.
Mhm.
It starts with A. I know for sure.
Annihilate.
Yep.
Yeah, Annihilate. It's in what? What? It's in Pokemon Go. That's crazy.
That's the Pokemon Go background. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I haven't played. I've been playing more of Pikmin Go than Pokemon Go recently.
I haven't played Pokemon Go since I left California. Like that. It was.
That makes sense.
It was something I was doing while I was on my walks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of shameful, but it made me regularly like visit a cemetery right next to our house because for some reason there was a Pokestop there. I had no reason to actually enter it, so there was this like channel next to it, like water canal area. So I would I would just walk across like the dirt path against the fence till I got close enough to fucking get the items.
First of all, why is there a Pokestop at a cemetery?
I don't know. But it was the closest one to us, and then like the Starbucks across the street. That was like the route I would go on to start. But like I always had to start at the fucking cemetery. It was so awkward because there was always families. It was just like, don't look at me, please.
I'm only here to catch Pokemon, guys.
Exactly. It felt so bad. I was like, this
I'm
is
only
not okay.
I'm only a nerd. Only
Look,
a nerd.
There's a shiny Pokemon guys over the casket. Move out of the way.
There was this park me and Guillermo would go to that had like a gym in it and everything, like a Pokestop as well. But it was like known for like having a bunch of like criminal activity and like crackheads around the area, like that would constantly be there. I didn't know this at the time. Apparently, I knew this after we like
They were luring you in. They were releasing the Pokemon.
Wild.
Yeah, it was something, all right.
I play a lot more in Pikmin Go now. Well, it's not called Pikmin Go, I don't think. But it's Pikmin based. I've only been playing it because my other friends have been kind of nudging me in that direction because I walk as a job.
At least this time, the fucking presidential candidate didn't say Pikmin go to the polls.
God damn it! What? That was like 2016, wasn't it?
It was Pokemon go to the polls. I think that's how Hillary killed her entire campaign.
Chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, dude, it's so bad. Like everything about it. That also, if you're wondering why there was such a delay on this episode, fucking look at the election results. Like,
yeah.
Currently the entire United States is on fire.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not surprised.
There we go. I was trying to fill out this line.
All right, checking in. How your drawing's going?
Like the actual like creature is done, but I'm trying to think of what I can do for like a background.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess you don't really necessarily have to do it.
There's not really much detail that goes into a shark. It's kind of just smooth and rough in like a single color. Maybe like its stomach is like white, but I'm doing a side profile. So
I think I already picture it now, to be honest, now that you mentioned it's a side profile. Sean, how's your fish going?
It's going all right. It's looking very fish-like.
Nice.
I don't have. It's just like the general shape. I'm not doing any scales or nothing.
Right.
That'd be tough. It still does have the terrifying look in its eye.
Also, we did introduce this with like the fish is supposed to be a combo of the fish and us, right? Yeah,
us and the fish.
I forget. So yeah,
mine's lacking the me part of it. It is It's definitely fish, though.
You probably understand the glasses question now, then.
For sure. Definitely getting the fish part in there, though.
Yeah, I really can't think of anything past this. Oh wait, maybe that. That's a really dumb idea. Fuck it.
Fuck it, do it.
I just don't know what I could add to this fish to make it me. The eye is probably good enough.
The terrified look?
The terrified look in his eye. As if it has seen some shit.
Is that an accurate representation of yourself, Sean?
I think so. Or it's just like a blank stare. This one's more like a creepy looking stare, but still.
Right.
Just I don't know what I could add. Fish don't have hands.
I am adding the last touches of my own fish.
This is gonna take a second to do. But it's not like complex, it's just tedious.
Yeah. That's art.
It is art, yeah.
That's editing too.
Yeah. Any other instances of fishing?
Oh, I thought you were gonna
Or
say of
Wanna
death.
go
or death.
fishing?
Because
Death, yeah.
that
Or near
medication
death.
wasn't the only instance of a bee almost fucking me up in middle
God
school.
damn
Because
it.
if you remember, I also was part of the after school program until fucking high school.
Yeah.
And I was in sports until high school, most notably football. So during a practice, I'm a lineman, so I'm getting tackled to the ground. I think it's like pincher bug season. It's like middle summer,
Oh, yeah.
but so like feeling bugs. I'm like also we had a bunch of fucking equipment on, so I wasn't really feeling anything other than getting hit in the fucking face. So all I just notice I'm breathing heavier and starting to feel like kind of like shit. And then somebody asks me, like they look at me, they stare at me in the eyes for a second and stop and they squint and they're like, "Are you doing okay? Do you feel all right?" And I'm like, "Kind of not." And they're like, I take off my helmet and they're like, well, what's going on? And then I don't have like my phone or anything on me. I don't have a mirror. So
Right.
I start to like look at my arms and everything, and this is also the first time this has ever happened. I think it was it 8th grade? I believe so, like around then. Um, so I check my arms and I have completely broken out into full body hives.
Oh,
So I'm like, ah, there's no notice of like I don't know anything about like a sting anywhere. Like
right.
I didn't pull out a stinger. I didn't like see a bee or anything or feel any kind of like pain from it. I imagine it was just an instance where I got tackled to the ground and then something went into me. Something my body did not like. So I immediately go to the office and the lady is no help whatsoever. They do this whole like, "Oh, you gotta call your mom, you guys have to check out." And it's like she doesn't seem to either care or understand that my
Mm.
life is in danger currently.
Jesus.
But my mother understands the assignment, instantly comes over, gets fussy with her, and it's like, "We are leaving now." Grabs me, we go, we immediately go to a Walmart, grab Benadryl, and then I take, like, we just bust open the package. I think I take,
Mhm.
like, 4 right then and there.
Damn.
Because also at this point, my throat is closing up. Because
Oh,
it took
yeah.
an entire, because they didn't let me call. The office they said they had to call. They let me pull up my phone to get a phone number, but I
Right.
wasn't allowed to make the call for
That's
some fucking
what?
reason. So it takes a total of like 15 minutes for her to show up. And during this entire
Jeez.
time I'm feeling worse and worse. I'm starting to notice like I don't have an EpiPen on me. I think after this we actually end up getting me an EpiPen cuz like I've never broken out into hives before.
Right.
And I end up being fine. I have the worst sleep of my life because Benadryl sleep is awful. And yeah, the thing about it is every single time I've had an instance of like dealing with a bee sting, it's gotten progressively worse. Like I think I was like a toddler and I got stung and nothing happened.
Mhm.
We're on like I'm in like late elementary school. Oh, this is like the first major one where they learned I was allergic to bees. On the way back from a camping trip, like out in the creek, like Alder Creek, my favorite camping spot of all time. It was so good. Um, like my windows open, a bee flies in into my shorts, like on under my left thigh. I
Mhm.
get stung. I shake it out. I'm like, "Ow, that fucking hurt." And I'm like, "I'm fine." We keep going. I think a day passes, and like after school program and all right, I'm like, my leg is extremely sore and just hurts and is throbbing. I'm like, what's going on? So I have my mother look at it, and the back of my thigh is twice its size,
Oh.
and the back of it is black.
Oh.
It's just been festering and getting more and more swollen and bruised, and she audibly gasps.
That
And
is
it's like, and she's just like, what the fuck happened? It's like all I say is I just remember getting stung by that bee on the way home. It's like, I don't know, man. My leg's just been itchy. Like I'm a fucking kid.
What are you talking about? My leg's just itching, dude.
It's like I just know it hurts now. So then Benadryl and all that. But past that, I think that like up until 8th grade, I didn't get stung. Then there was the instance with the medication in, yeah, that was also in middle school. I think that was before the bee sting where I broke out into hives, but I don't know which is worse.
Yeah.
Because
Jesus
one of them,
Christ.
my extremity of my face was swollen up, and I couldn't like that was probably more uncomfortable and painful. But the hives was probably more of a danger to my life because my throat was actually closing up.
Right.
And I think since then I haven't had any allergic reactions. Have I, Sean? I don't think so.
Not that I know of.
I know my asthma has been acting up more recently. Like when I first moved here, it felt like my asthma was just gone.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, there's moisture in the air. I can breathe. My lungs are okay. But I think like what was it? How many weeks ago was it? At this point was it like a month at this point now.
Close to it, yeah.
Yeah, so about a month ago, I had the worst asthma attack of my life.
Oh.
I was like, I collapsed to the ground. Like I just couldn't breathe. I couldn't catch my breath. I was and this happened at work. Like I couldn't do anything. I think we were working nines at the time,
Damn.
Yeah.
and so we came in early before everyone. So I'm just sitting there trying not to freak out, and I just can't catch my breath. And this is after using my inhaler. And you can't like continuously use your fucking inhaler, otherwise you're gonna fucking suffocate yourself.
Yeah.
So I just have to sit there and tough it out, and I didn't have enough points like to leave. I don't have any vacation. I think what was it? Yeah, yesterday I took like half a U to go home early because I was feeling like dog shit. But I know if I left the entire day that day, I would have been like half a point off of getting fired. So
Right.
that's like if you're like late by a minute, you get half a point kind of deal.
Yeah.
If they're feeling strict. Like sometimes they'll let you like make up for it if it's not a consistent thing,
Yeah.
but if it ever is, you're just like gone. They're very strict about attendance. But
Right.
yeah, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head unless I get like reminded by something.
Why do you guys like keep dying? Like
You tell me. I don't want to.
There was a time where I think I stuck like a fork in an outlet as a
Yeah, you did do that.
young
He
child.
literally just walked it off
Yeah, I walked around the house.
multiple times. He just kept on going. And then mom saw a burnt outlet with a fucking utensil on the ground. It's just like, okay.
Like something's not
right.
adding up here. Sean's acting weird. Burnt outlet. Oh god.
Put the pieces together.
God.
It's just like,
Wait a minute.
I don't think I did anything like that.
Oh, I remember I swallowed like a whole chip that got stuck in my throat.
Yeah.
Jesus, guys, what the fuck?
I'm trying to think
Why are you
of like
doing
other
this?
things where like I almost died, but I don't think there.
I can only like really remember times where I've like gotten seriously injured. Not like close enough to death, but like insensitive amount of pain.
Injury
There was
wise,
times-
I'm pretty okay. Like it's just if I did get hit by any of these things, I would have died.
Right.
There are some injuries that I've gotten that should have been worse. Because if you know what a 3-wheeler is,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this one.
yeah, we were in the foothills, is what we called it. I don't remember exactly what place it was.
It was like this random place off of a side road that was basically like it was
A giant bowl.
It was like a big ass dirt track, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
People like
And
dump trash and stuff.
I could have sworn someone was calling me down because I was on like the top of it, going around for a bit. I could have sworn someone was yelling at me to come down. I've already passed the already made trail to get down there. So I just say fuck it and turn at a random point through some tall-ish grass that's all dead, rubble, and then I see, as I'm driving very quickly, corner of my eye catches a dirt mound that's going right for the back right tire, and I'm like, oh god damn it, I'm going to die, because I hit that, it flips, I get thrown to the ground, and it lands. Yeah, I slide.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then he gets wedged between the three-wheeler and like a rock.
The three-wheeler lands on top of me, and I'm on the ground, stuck. I'm pretty sure I was out for a good second until someone came over and helped me. And all I had was like a scrape down my left arm, and my helmet. I had like a biker's helmet on, so my head was my head was safe.
We're responsible, you see.
The thing, it was open. I had like a long little like a grass thing in my nose. I was like, that's what I came to with, was a thing up my nose and blood on my arm. No broken bones.
Got so lucky.
No brain damage, I think.
Yeah, no, you're good in that department.
So yeah, I've almost drowned. I've almost been crushed probably to death. Could have died from being shocked.
This is why women live longer. This is... God damn it, guys.
Hell, I think every situation I described, it wasn't my fault.
Oh, God.
I'm just, like, we talk about my luck, like, there's some examples, like,
yeah, most of mine are
shit.
my fault. Most of mine are my fault entirely. So... yeah.
I can't think of a situation where I've been in danger and it's been my fault.
Right.
According to my mom, apparently I've scraped half my face off before.
Jesus.
Like in like a scooter accident or something as a young child. And she's surprised it healed back as well as it did. I don't have any scarring on my face other than...
So we both have a severe scooter accident.
Yes, other than I got like a dent in my face. Funny enough, from when I was a real young child, I was fucking around in the bathroom. I slipped, hit my head on the toilet, and there's still a mark left above one of my eyes. I don't remember exactly which one, but it is noticeable. It is something that you could point out if you see a picture of me.
God damn, guys.
Probably if it's a close enough picture.
Mine was, I think I was like 4 or 5 for the scooter one, and we're like running around on asphalt, and I'm barefoot, and I try to stop the scooter, and it skids with my toe, and I fall to the ground, and just, I want to say like a good third of my big toe is gone. Just chunked off. And yeah, I was told it would definitely need stitches. We couldn't afford stitches. We did not go to the hospital. Right. It healed fine. Got lucky.
Oh yeah, there was this one time that we were worried it was going to need stitches, but it didn't. It was an accident that happened at school with a tape measure, because I make friends with the dumb ones. We were fucking around with a tape measure in a math class. It was me and a guy behind me. We're just goofing off. I was holding the tape measure. We're in that area between like the thumb and the actual hand part. You know, that little part there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he yanks it. It sliced that part of my hand.
Oh.
With really quick instincts, because I am used to seeing my own blood, I cover it and tell the teacher I need to go. Immediately, I'm like, yeah, I need to go to the nurse, please. and this was still in California. So, and I was across the campus from the nurse, so I would have had to have walked over there while holding my own blood in.
Oh.
But thank God there were those random guys in the golf carts that just ride around. I stopped one of them. He gave me a ride to the nurse. I went in there, got all checked out. They put a Band-Aid on me and all. It was all good.
Band-Aid.
So yeah, you're good.
They cleaned it up. They cleaned it up, looked at it, like you might need stitches, and then they made it to where it was not so bad. Yeah, that's not the first time I've cut my hand. Probably won't be the last.
I did also accidentally cut my finger once. It was at work. I was working in the tree lot, so I was working with Christmas trees, like real, trees, and
trees.
yeah. So I was setting up for the day. I was closing it, and I remember I accidentally left a pair of shears inside the bale, which is I don't know if you know what a baler is. It's like a circular device, and it has netting around it, so you can just throw in the Christmas tree, and it just pull it out the other way, and you'll get a fully wrapped tree with netting. So I was trying to fish it out of the net because it's stuck in the net, and I don't know what I did. My stupid ass accidentally slipped my hand, and I cut my finger, my middle finger, down almost to the bone.
Ugh.
And yeah, I got super lucky because I also didn't need stitches for that. I literally reported it to my manager, and we always have a med kit at Home Depot, literally everywhere. There's a fucking med kit somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And they clean
Especially
it up,
with
they wrap it
all the
up.
heavy stuff around.
Yeah, handling wood, you can also get splinters, all that stuff.
Heavy duty tools.
Yeah, we clean it off, we patch it up, and she told me, just leave it alone. You don't have to do anything. You can have the next maybe 2 days off, see how it is. And so by the time the 2 days were up, I come back to work. It's already healing. I didn't need any stitches for it. And I was like, I'm never fucking doing that again.
Like, fuck this.
My dumb ass. Because it fucking hurt. It burned.
Oh, yeah.
Because it wasn't a clean pair of shears either. I used those shears to cut, branches like trees, So it wasn't clean either.
I would say if it's rusty at all, you would need a tetanus shot.
It wasn't rusty. It was dirty. But it healed fine. It just burned.
Yeah, I've cut I think my left thumb at least twice or 3 times. I'm not sure. 2 times of those probably were with a sword. The same sword, like at least a year apart from each other. It was the first time was when I first got the sword, and it was shortly after they told me, don't cut yourself. Make sure you don't do that. And right after I popped it open, my thumb fell down onto the blade.
Oh.
And sliced. It wasn't bad. It was just a small one.
Yeah.
And then the next time with the same sword, it was. Whew, I was fucking around with it.
Was this the instance you were talking to me, or was that the first time?
What?
There was the instance with the katana where you popped it open, or it fell down and you grabbed it. And
that was the second time.
That was the second time. Okay, so yeah, it was
there was the second time.
Where it was dulled. So like it was dull, but still was able to cut my thumb.
Right.
It was loose enough to just fall out of the scabbard. I swear I had my thumb pressed on the guard to hold it down, and I was just like holding it upside down because I'm a fucking jackass. And it fell out of the scabbard. My thumb immediately pressed into it, and I quickly drop with it, so I minimize the cut. And
I remember. I remember the movements. It was very quick.
yes, my reaction time is quite good when I'm doing dumb shit.
Like
It's the safety
Specifically,
reflex.
Yeah.
I am pretty safe, but I just do really dumb shit. And then the third time, I think it was my other thumb, was in a welding class out over here. The thing we hold the welding rods in is a like tin can, essentially.
Oh.
So when you open that, it's got those rough edges that are
Yeah.
insanely sharp. And I couldn't fit my welding gloved hand into the thing to grab welding rods.
Oof.
So I took the glove off and stuck my thumb directly into the lid because it was just popped open out to the left side of it. I went to grab. I didn't realize my thumb was so far out. It immediately stuck into my thumb. I pull it back, grab it, walk to my teacher, tell her I need to get to the office. This was also really far from the fucking office. In an entirely
no
different school. This time it's an indoor school with doors I had to have a like key card to get through because it was a separated building with doors that would lock during like class time.
That's awful.
It was like its own separated building with like a walkway to the regular building, which had the office and the nurse and all. So that's what I had to do. I had to go on an adventure. I think while holding my hand. If not, I think I had like a band-aid thrown on it quickly, and I walked there. I had them check it out. They said it was good. Kept a band-aid on it. But yeah, it was just a lot of cuts to my hands. I've also burnt my hands a good couple of times working at McDonald's before.
Sean has a thing against gloves.
I can tell.
The gloves would not have helped with the burns.
Even now, he refuses to wear them at work.
I don't blame you.
It restricts movements, and it just feels weird.
Did you have any positive stories to end this off?
Well, Jesus.
Positive.
Guys.
I haven't died.
We haven't. Here's the moral.
We have all of our limbs.
We have every limb.
Still. I like how we were supposed to talk about fishing.
I started off with, hey, I've got no fishing experience, including like video games, no fishing experience.
I've shared my fishing experiences, and then I got on the topic of how many times I've nearly died or got seriously injured.
You're welcome for that.
Thanks.
I think you should change the title from Fishing for Content to Fishing in Pain.
Fishing in Pain.
I guess I can go first since the viewers have been seeing it this entire time.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I see you typing.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Why is it in space?
Space short.
Yeah.
I had to make it unique somehow.
It's beautiful. It's fucking
marvelous. I should probably do
my main
next.
defining details. My buck fucking teeth, blue eyes, blonde hair.
You're so right.
Yeah.
Big fin.
Big fin. It's a great white, but there's no white.
Small
side profile. You can't see the belly.
I was about to say about the big fin and the very small tail.
Yeah.
I should probably go
Party
next.
in the front, no party in the back.
You know what? That's actually the exact opposite of me in real life, so it is inaccurate.
Yeah.
God
Since
damn
my
it.
fish is just.
Well, that's actually not too bad.
Like I said, I did it. I was focusing on how well the fish looked.
Line details
Right, yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
I was just going off of an image on Google that I found.
Color.
No color. I
No
blend.
color.
I blend. That's what I do. And you can see the look in the eyes.
It looks like a fish, yeah.
That
A fish
is
right
definitely
as it's caught.
Just the blank stare. But if you if you click into it, it's the lines in front of it are a little fuzzy.
It's like one of those
I see it, yeah.
one of those paintings that always looks at you.
Yeah. It's just kind of creepy. I
also
wanted to point out
reminds me of the fish on that's pinned onto the board and it moves as it
Yeah.
talks.
Yep. It slightly has its head turned to us.
Yeah, right.
And
You guys
time to
like
get blown
mine?
out of the water.
Yeah.
Pun
Also,
intended.
look at the perspective of mine and Sean's. It's the exact same. Like,
Mine's gonna
Facing
be
to the
completely
left.
different.
God damn it!
God.
That's my fish.
How?
Oh, that's
Profile
my fish.
picture.
How? I couldn't even figure out how to put hair on mine.
Yeah.
What?
I love my fish. I like my fish. Little clownfish.
So back
I
to
feel like
using a proper art program, like you were saying.
Right. Yeah.
are there any cheap art programs you could recommend?
Oh, there's a ton of free ones you can find online. You can also use GIMP as one. There's also Fire Alpaca that's also free. I know Clip Studio Paint has a trial. You can always, check out. And then, is it called Kirita or something like that? Like Krita.
What was the Apple
That's
one
also
called
free.
again?
The what?
The Apple one, Procreate, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
Procreate.
got that alongside like the most recent iPad for
Yeah.
our youngest brother, because very much an artiste. I'm not sure. Have they done anything on that yet? Not that we know of.
Yeah, not that we know of.
Yeah, I'd have to get an
Yeah.
update. We completely different sleeping schedules, like complete night owl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try out Krita.
Krita?
Which is
Yeah.
Krita is the one you were just talking about.
Yeah.
It is
That's
free. I was looking at Clip Studio Paint, but I'm like that does have a free trial, but
You do have to pay for like the full version, especially if
yeah.
you want to do animation,
Mm-hmm.
which I do dabble in a little bit.
It'd definitely
Yeah.
be at an advantage if we were doing like a Photoshop contest.
Oh, definitely. Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
I hate editing.
I would be
I
at a
hate editing
heavy
photos.
disadvantage.
I loved making thumbnails. Like I'm still very proud of that Rivals of Ether video thumbnail of the galactic Nene baby.
But guys, I love your fishes. You're improving.
It kind of ramped.
Let me pull his mind back up. Improvement.
It kind of ramped up in quality.
Definitely in first to last, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, because from Zach's to mine, it's not too much better. It's just like the line work and proportions are pretty good.
Yeah.
Mine's more child cartoon. Yours is more minimalist, realistic.
draw.
Yeah.
And then
And
there's
then we have
McKenna.
Disney.
We got McKenna.
Walt decided to
down
pull
here.
himself up out of the grave, and
Yes. There was a big
Right.
jump. There was a big jump from number 2 to
he
number
heard
3.
how bad Dory was, and
I've been drawing for like 12 years. Give me a break.
this is your break. You're being complimented.
I know. I'm joking.
You can't take the compliment. Take it.
Dang it! You're
But
too
yeah.
good. I'm
This
glad
was
this is not a
fun.
competition.
Oh yeah, it's never gonna be a competition. If you're ever wondering about that, I'm never gonna turn drawing into a competition. Well, guys, dear listeners, looking at these drawings, any fin is possible, and I hope you tune in next time. Bye. Fish.
Fish.
Tuna
Fish.
in.
Tuna. Yeah, any fin is possible. Tuna in next time.